Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So today I'm going to show you how I transfer my art sometimes onto backgrounds or even other canvases that I do if I make similar kind of dolls or drawings or what have you. Now I know there's a lot of artists on YouTube who will like draw out their own scenes and stuff for acrylic painting and offer it for you guys to copy so you guys can do it on your own. Those are not to sell. Those are paintings that, you know, if you're practicing in your art journal or canvases for yourself, but you really shouldn't go do that and sell it because it's copywritten and it's just not cool. If you go to Google or Pinterest and search copyright free material, then you can get items to do this with pictures, you know, birds, animals, what have you. So this is what I do. Again, you know, just a little tip for you. Um, so I have an art journal page here that I had, you know, played with before. I'm going to make a quick background. I want to do some yellow and purple and blue because that's kind of where I'm on here. So I'm going to just do a little bit and I'm going to mix on here. And I'm just taking some dioxazine violet, some, I know this is Cayman. Isn't this Cayman blue? Yeah, this is one of my favorite blues. All from plaid, you know, use what you have. I love, obviously, plaid. And I'm going to go light to dark with these. And I'm just going to, we're going to spot, oh, look at that going, moving. I'm going to try to keep those yellows and purples because they're already dry, but I'm going to make a blended kind of background. Sometimes I will add water or I will add blending gel. You can use glazing medium. Where is my glazing medium? It's up there. You know, if you want to make it more transparent, I just want a background because this is like using, I'm going to leave this just kind of here because when I put my page down of what I, you know, I'm going to leave it like that, even though I already got blue on the back of that. No big deal. I can wipe it. This is just tracing paper, so I can wipe it so it makes it a little bit more transparent. If I sprayed water on it, it would as well, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. If it's a little, you know, not flowing enough, I like a smushed kind of flowing into each other look. Smushed, whatever word you want to say. As my background. And I'm going to try to find my heat gun under all this, but you can leave this dry. This will literally dry in 2 seconds. I'm using my heat gun. You can use a hair dryer, or like I said, always put on your favorite video of somebody that you like watching, or your couple of your favorite songs. And it'll dry very quickly. So now I'm going to take a little bit of my daffodil yellow, which you can see I have some yellow here and just some white there. See, I have like some white showing. I'm going to go on a clean part of my sponge or use a brush. I just had this sitting here. And I'm just going to break up some of this yellow. And whatever blue is still wet, it's going to give me a nice green tinge, which I'm not mad at. And you can see how fast this comes together. I mean, that's it. Simple, 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 simple. And I'm going to do this real quick. So I was on Facebook this morning and there was a post. I don't know what her YouTube channel is. I'll have to find her YouTube channel. But she asked about, she had like a list of, let me look it up because I want to make sure. I see so many posts on Facebook and I know who it is. I think it's, let me find her. I want to make sure that I give her credit because it was not my idea. Maricha, yeah. And I'm going to give her Maricha Bulger, and I'm going to put her link down below so you can go check out her YouTube channel. But the question was 80s movies. How many have you seen? So instead of me doing that, I'm going to ask you guys, what are your favorite 80s movies? Maybe you're like your top. I asked for the top 3 on Facebook, playing around, just curious to see. But what's your favorite 80s movie? You know, top 3 or top 1, it doesn't matter. I'm curious. There are so many great ones. I loved all the John Cusack ones. So I loved Say Anything. Oh gosh, what was the other ones that he had? I loved John Cusack wasn't in these, but like Pretty in Pink, I loved Lost Boys, I loved Better Off Dead. That was one of my favorites. $2. Anybody remember that one? Of course, Evil Dead, one of my favorites. Bill and Ted, what else is there? Steel Magnolias, Mystic Pizza. Does anybody remember Mystic Pizza? Can't Buy Me Love was a good one. Outsiders, ultimate favorite one. Outsiders. St. Elmo's Fire was a good one. Karate Kid. Oh geez, there's so many. Goonies. So what are some of yours? I love like Pretty in Pink and The Breakfast Club, and Weird Science was a good one. Like I said, Lost Boys, Better Off Dead. Yeah, Friday the 13th. So I'm curious what were yours growing up. Some Kind of Wonderful was that one's not on here, but Some Kind of Wonderful was one of my favorites. Anyway, okay, so I have my Mod Podge mat out. You could use your Mod Podge paper, which is fantastic as well. And as you see, I just went in and I copied one of my faces that I've done a million times. Can you see it? And this is just tracing paper. Now this tracing paper you can get at the dollar store. Like that's how cheap you can get it. You get 10 sheets, doesn't matter. But you can get this at your craft store, Walmart, you know, use a coupon even and get it even cheaper. So I'm going to lay her a bit to this side like this where I want her, and you can see, and I'm going to glue her down. Gonna glue her down. Just take, and I will first lay this here. And your paint, you know, I mean, you want it dry so this lace and doesn't necessarily smear the color everywhere, but totally. And I don't care that I'm getting the Mod Podge everywhere because it dries clear, so it's not going to affect any. Oh my goodness, look at me. Sloppy McGee. I'm in my art journal. You know, if you have a piece of paper that you want to put between the pages so they don't get icky, you can do that. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to lay this down. Just want a little bit of that hair there. And you see it's that simple. And then I will go over, and this is why you don't necessarily want any of the color to be wet underneath, because we're going to be painting over it with the glue. And you don't want it to smudge the color. Now, yes, this is tracing paper. So this could also be butcher paper. It could be printer paper, whatever you want. And I can see some lines. I am not afraid of texture. So the texture underneath does not bother me. If it bothers you, just spray the littlest bit of water to kind of get a glide so you can, you know, push those out. I'm not going to spend too much time doing that at the moment because I want to dry this and get to getting. So I'm going to make sure the majority of the bubbles are out. But you can see underneath it's, you know, a little textured. And I'm okay with that. Because I love texture. You're going to have a hard time seeing it because of it being wet. But I'm going to dry it in a second. Again, just make sure those edges are down. And this is how I transfer a lot of my drawings to my canvases when I do them. This is something I learned from Susie Blue, like in 2005, I think, way back in the day. This was one of the things that I learned from her. I love Susie Blue. And she always drew and then transferred to her canvases. So that's where I learned this from. Now I can see here it's lifted a little bit, so I'll have to put a little bit more glue there. And sometimes what I will do, especially if I'm working in my journal, I will just get a glue stick if it's like on the edges like this and swipe down and then do this. Because I love an Elmer's glue stick. I love it. But there are so many good ones out there, glue sticks, and some are made for scrapbooking. Now these are, well, I don't know if extreme is, I shouldn't say extreme, but most of the Elmer's glue sticks, and this is Avery, disappearing color, but they're acid-free photo safe, so they won't make things degrade if that's a concern. It's never a concern for me because I'm just doing it in my art journal. And I've never had anything degrade, so, but that's me. So I'm going to lift this up a second and just fold this under. And that way I can kind of see where it ends. Now, I can see my face. You can see the face now. And I'm going to go in with my pencil, or you can use a marker, whatever you have. And I'm just going to make these a little stronger. I can still see that one good. I can still see those good. And then now is the time where you can play. Now you can also do this with a magazine face if that's something that you have and you find a face that you love. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you don't copy and sell it. Okay, so I'm going to go in with some flesh colored paint. You can use water soluble. You can do whatever your little heart wants to. And I'm going to go in. Also, I'm going to ask you guys for some good positive energy, please, for my dog Spyro, who, if you guys have been with me, know that he is my heart. We just lost our dog Max, like you guys know, a couple weeks ago, and which was devastating and still to this day affects all of us. But Spyro for the past 2 days has not been feeling well. He had diarrhea, which I know, right? Had diarrhea and has been really not feeling well. So we did all the normal things that we do when the dogs have diarrhea and made him some bland white chicken and rice and all that kind of stuff. I feel a little concerned giving him Imodium, which we've not done yet because he's 13. And if you guys know anything about Japanese chins or even smaller dogs, they don't, you know, live normally past 10. He's a trooper, and he is. So when they're older dogs, just older dogs in general, you really got to watch their kidneys and all. And so we've been trying to do natural things to help. So then last night, he was literally up all night. My poor husband is such a jerk sometimes, but last night he literally got up with him like every hour. This poor dog was up and he would jump off the bed and Dave would take him out to make sure, you know, that he would go to the bathroom because he has a hard time walking back up the steps. He can't see, he can't hear. My dog either. My husband can't hear. I don't know. We have to get him. From when he used to work, he does have hearing loss, but I swear, I don't know if a lot of it's just choice. But anyway, but he got up with him, and then like around 3 o'clock, Spyro came over on my side of the bed, and like he was just breathing weird and up and down, up and down, up and down. And I finally was just like rubbing his stomach and rubbing him, and he fell asleep. And I think we woke up about 8:30 or I don't even know. Finally, now he's in his space in the fabric in my art room, the yucky fabric I have sitting for him that he likes to lay in, and he's sleeping finally. So I gave him some peanut butter toast this morning because when I'm cranky and miserable and don't feel good and have belly aches, I like peanut butter toast, which I don't know if it's good or not. And I'll give him some rice later. But please, I can't. These animals saved our lives after my son died, and just losing Max just recently and Rocco, 2 months ago, and it's just rough. It's rough. It's not good. So just asking for some love and prayers for him. You know, we don't like it. We don't like it. Anyway, so that's all I'm gonna whine about today. I was gonna start vlogging again today or doing video, but I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow because I'm exhausted. Just exhausted. So that is, as you can see, where I got the face now, and I'm gonna rinse my brush. La, 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 la. So, oh gosh, I'm cleaning my desk off and I can't find a gosh darn thing. Okay. So now we have the eyes, and I have blue sitting here, so I'm just going to go with the blue theme. I usually do green eyes, but we're going blue today. I'm going to take a little paintbrush. And like I said, this is a great, maybe you have, a dog or a cat or a ferret or a child or whatever that you want to, maybe paint or practice painting. And this is a good thing. Take a picture of them, print it out, and then trace it. Or you get the essence of them, and then you can go and, do the rest. Or even go by the picture and learn shading and, all that kind of stuff. Trees outside, flowers. I mean, that's you can do and have a lot of fun. All right, so I have that. I'm gonna dry that and try to find my. And then for lips, maybe I'll make her hair yellow. Now I should have probably cut out because I wanted it a little bit more jaggedy, so I'm gonna have to play with some jaggedy, but let's see, like kind of curly at the edges, which I can always put a little shading in if I want around it. We'll just lay down some color for some hair. So keep that in mind with the hair. Like I said, I should have kept her having big hair because I was going to make it go all the way up, and I still might. I just want to lay it down so I can see. Lay it down so I can see what I'm dealing with here. Okay. Obviously too light for her skin, correct? So get that off there and let me grab. Let's see. We'll do a light pink for her. Maybe we'll add some orange. Okay, so I'm gonna grab some Podge orange. I think I'm gonna take this and kind of give her some curls, some waves. And then maybe go in, she needs her hair darker. Now you see how I'm just adding a little bit of waves. And I can even go even further with this, with like some black or even brown just to shade it. And I might want it all the way up. I don't know what I want. I like the afro kind of thing because when my hair is cut this short, I'm an afro kind of girl. Very curly. All right, let's see. But I might make her go all the way up. I'm going to wet my brush just a little bit because it is dry. And I'm just, see how I'm moving my brush around like haphazardly? And it's just bringing up some of that yellow underneath. Yeah, I kind of dig the afro though. They're very curly. I would love to be able to cut my hair short. I just can't, with my freaking fat face, I can't do it. I would look like a even more like a basketball. I'm playing basketball. All right, so I see here that I need probably a little bit of blue if I go that way. I'm just gonna. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm not hating on it, so I'm gonna dry it real quick. She's gonna need some eyebrows too. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna take some of this pink. It's just called pink. I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna take a little bit because I don't want to go too strong. With her lips, and I'm gonna go in and do her eyebrows, and then some white in her eyes. I'm gonna do her eyebrows orange as well. Okay. A little white for the eyes. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Ours was good. Nothing too fancy. Emily worked all weekend, so we didn't do much. Otherwise, just, normal house stuff. Dave worked too, so we did go to my sister's Friday, which was a nice break. Okay, and I can always put more blue in there. Not going to worry about that too much. do have to do my nails soon. That is for sure. They are a mess. But I just keep doing them. Okay, so I'm going to go in with, I'm just going to use my, yeah, I'm going to knock all that down too. I'm going to go in with my gel, with my pen. I'm very shaky today, so please excuse me. More than anything, I'm just showing you how to transfer it onto the paper more than painting it. I just want to show you how it works. Because you gotta have the eyes. Now, I can see I need more orange here and some more there. Not mad at it. I'm okay about it. And then a highlight. What pen is this anyway? I like this pen. What are you? Doesn't say. This is a hybrid Pentel Technica. I don't know if it's permanent or not, but I do dig it. But I'm going to take some orange and kind of figure in here. And then down here. Just to kind of, finish it off. I can even go in if I wanted to and do more like darker curls, except I'm using a small brush, and it just adds more. You can use white. I can use my white paint or jelly roll or whatever you have. Texture. You see her nose is a little crooked as I'm looking at it. So now we're going to find out if this is permanent or not. This pen I just used, because this is what I do when I screw up. Because I was right, I was doing it. Usually I go up, but I did it down that time. So watch. Look at that. It's not permanent, but it's not coming off as like I liked it, but it's all right. It's enough. Gotta watch it doesn't take that face paint off. Now I can just go in with a touch of, hey, mistakes happen. What are you gonna do? You're gonna just roll with the punches, as they say. I'm just gonna do a little bit like that. And if I want a little bit more of a opaque face, I can, go over things. I really don't need to have it, but since I'm here, okay. But good to know it's not permanent, the mark or the pen for the moment anyway. I'm gonna dry it. And while I dry it, real quick, I'm gonna take, let me grab this paper. I don't know what the heck is happening in my life. I'm gonna take my paintbrushes here and clean them so I can use them. Okay, because I need some blue in that one eye. The came in blue with my little brush. Make sure your brush is dry even on the top, because I don't know how many times I don't make sure and I start to paint like this and water comes rushing down and blows everything out. All right. I'll leave that little white there because that can be a little highlight. I'll touch that up a little bit. I'm going to take the rest of this blue on here and kind of scrub it around a little bit just to push that yellow back so it kind of looks, you know, a little something something like that. And then I'll take a little purple, just a little dab will do ya. Very exciting, right? And just kind of, oh, look at me go. There. So everything's in there. And then I'm going to make sure that's dry. I'm going to hope that I can do this correctly. So that means it would be up here. A little bit better. Not going to be perfect, but guess what? I'm not perfect. I know you don't know it, but I'm not. And then I'm going to take, what am I going to take? What am I going to take? Can you guess what I'm trying to get? I can't get it. Where is it? Here it is, my little gel roller. Now you can of course use gesso or white paint, but I have this little highlight here, so I'll do another highlight like here, and then I'll do it on this side, just like that. Okay, I'm not mad at it. So very quickly, you can see I just transferred it with tracing paper. Like I said, you can use all the different papers. What are the deli paper? I couldn't think of the word. And you can transfer it and get, you know, you could play with it and do something different. You know, I love doing the like disco kind of girls, and so that would fall into this category. I love doing the hair because I have wicked curly hair at moments, and yeah, so very easy, very fun, and you can really, you know, challenge yourself. Like I said, with a picture of your, you know, somebody from your family. Look, I can see that eye as I'm looking. I do things so off. That should have been up a little bit more. You can tell it's my drawing. Anyway, you get the gist of it. I love you guys so very much. Send us positive thoughts for our dog. And as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.